Worship Watch is intended to encourage congregants to become more involved in reducing the opportunity for crimes to occur on facility premises. Congregants, as well as the residents living nearby, are taught community awareness and the importance of speedy reporting of any suspicious activity.
We're going to give you some tips and pointers on enhancing your observation skills. What it is to look for, what is suspicious, a huge broad array of things, and this is going to be a discussion also. Worship Watch is a community-specific neighborhood watch for houses of worship, essentially. If you intermix the two, you use the basic principles and objectives of neighborhood watch and applying them to your house of worship.
Houses of worship are not immune to criminal activity. More common crimes that are targeted towards them include larceny, burglary, vandalism, and arson.
In general, there are no specific issues, but in wanting to be such an open community, essentially, they don't want to, they meaning places of worship, don't want to lock their doors in the evenings when a normal business might shut down at 6. A church might still be open till 10, which would lend to someone maybe coming in and trespassing or staying the whole night, or having a late church service would bring more churchgoers into a dark parking lot and things of that nature. So when you bring up the opportunities of these crimes and an awareness to that congregation, it'll help them in the future address any security issues.
Worship workshop attendees receive crime prevention training, facility security assessments, information on how to receive crime alerts and community information, and other valuable crime prevention tools.
Well, it's all about awareness and education, and in today's climate with houses of worship, no matter what faith you are, there's always the chance or the opportunity for a church or a house of worship to be targeted. So basically what we've been learning in Worship Watch is the importance of communication, of target hardening, to understand what's suspicious, what's not suspicious, and the key component is, communicating that suspicious activity that you're seeing or you're witnessing, even if it ends up not being of a suspicious or criminal nature. It's always to be better to err on the side of caution than allow something to happen. And basically I think it's also the responsibility of churches today to take that leadership role and partner with the local police department and officers at the various district stations to understand the importance of that communication piece, but most importantly, the responsibility for safety. The police officers can't be everywhere at once. It's incumbent upon the church to take that step, because most of the time they know their congregation, they know their membership, and if something's out of the ordinary, it's going to be out of the ordinary, and they need to do something about it and be able to react.
In being sometimes so open, a house of worship may have a crime such as larceny, where doors may be left open, trespassing, also doors unlocked at different hours of the night, where they may not have good security procedures, or somebody may forget, or somebody is actually there, but one person is there and all the doors are open.
And I think the key component tonight is having greeters, doorkeepers, and congregation members greeting people when they come through the door, because most people that have wrongful intentions, they have planned, they have watched, they have observed, and as soon as somebody greets them, that light bulb goes off. Uh-oh, I've been seen. Somebody knows who I am. So I think that was one of the key points tonight in knowing your congregation and knowing who's your guest and just knowing who's walking through your front door.
In the past, we worked with faith communities as much as we could on a one-on-one basis, but a lot of it was specifically when we were called, if we had an issue or if we had something specific. We're trying to bring the houses of worship together in one, basically one realm, so that we have a network to facilitate. So if something happens at a church in the southern part of the county, a church in Reston or a house of worship in Reston would also know about something. And if there's a pattern or procedure or a suspect, we could get it out to a huge group of people as opposed to one by one going to the churches.
Because most people in a house of worship are there for, to worship, but to extend that hand of friendship, to be relaxed and not in a excited state or a state where you're constantly being vigilant looking for something wrong, because you're there for a good purpose. You're there to worship. But that's the key point. You want them to come back because they can be worship in a safe environment.
The positive things that have come out of Worship Watch are, it's been overwhelming, the positive nature of what has been addressed to the people and brought to their attention, and the fact that they like the training and the security and the opportunity to liaise with the police and have that interaction one-on-one, whether it is for a security assessment, whether it is for a crime that may have occurred, or something that's happened in the past and they would just like a reference to discuss.
I think Worship Watch in Fairfax County is a big blessing. And I say that because as somebody that grew up here in Fairfax County, somebody that has seen neighborhood watch programs flourish in this county, and business watches come into play, that's the next step. And what a blessing it is to be able to go to church and know that we have a program that's offered in this county and that churches can adopt to make it that much safer and that much more comfortable to worship.
The meetings are open to all and are aimed toward anyone who is interested in learning how to help keep Fairfax County safe. We'll be right back with more of On the Beat.